I love it when everything works. And it did, right? Yes, it did. Canva is the go-to graphics tool for many of us business owners, hands down. In this episode, I'm going to let you in on 3 awesome features that you probably don't even know about yet, because you're watching, so now you're going to know. And those 3 features are going to help you, yes, you, create great looking images. It's fast, it's free-ish, you can do free or paid, it's easy, and dare I say, it's even fun. Let's get the party started. There we go. Okay, sorry, needed a second there to get the captions working again. I know why okay, so just up front here, if I go away, it means that we've lost power because there seems to be a thing this summer. Every Thursday, there's a thunderstorm. So just keep that in mind. If so, I'll do a recording and I'll post it. All right, so let's dive in because this is a great topic. I'm super excited. So for those of you who maybe are kind of new to this whole thing, I'm going to do a quick little overview, right? So Canva has been working really hard to add all kinds of new features, okay? And we're going to talk tonight about 3 that can help business owners get things done faster and for free in almost all the cases. There's one exception. But before we go too far, let me introduce myself for those of you who are new. My name is Kathleen, and I'm here as your tech coach. My job, as I see it, is to help business owners make technology work for you. Great concept, right? Instead of the other way around. Everybody seems to think it should be the other way around. All right, so if you're not familiar with Canva, certainly a possibility. Let me just real quick give you bring you up to speed, okay? Canva's strength is rooted in the fact that it's got a really versatile editor. And the complete focus of this tool is to provide you with streamlined controls and a drag and drop interface, right? Their whole goal is to make it so that anybody, and they do mean anybody, can create really amazing stuff, right? So with Canva, anyone, anywhere, which is the other important part of this, you can be literally anywhere to do this. You only have to spend a few minutes and you'll create phenomenal, eye-catching visuals, right, that you can use anywhere you want. So what do I mean by that? This is a very short list of the things that you can do in Canva, and I'm going to go through it very quickly because it's long. Ready? Set? Go. Instagram posts, Facebook posts, business cards, flyers, logos, posters, presentations, invitations, cards, ebooks, brochures, YouTube thumbnails, really any thumbnail, Facebook headings, really any page heading, ads, collages, blog imagery, channel art, menus, newsletters, Zoom backgrounds. There's so much more. There is just so much more. But the point is, I'm trying to let you know that this is a very versatile tool that is totally accessible. Like anybody can really sit down and do this and come out with really amazing things. And you don't have to have a lot of technical knowledge, right? You don't necessarily have to stylus. I love styluses, but you can do it without. You don't have to know anything really about design or art or super complex editing software applications, right? It's really it's amazing how they've been able to give us a tool that lets us create exactly the kind of images we want with very little effort on our part and very little time, which is critical for us, right? So let's dive in and talk about the 3 things that you probably don't know that are available now, right? So the reason that this happens is people learn about a tool, they check it out, they start to use it, and either, they stick with it or they go and they try something else. For the people who stick with it, you tend to pick somewhere between 2 and 5 pieces of functionality that you use over and over again, which is great, right? Because it's serving a purpose for you. It is doing its job. But most of these companies keep adding on new things, and you may not even know that they're there, right? Because you get 1,000 emails. I'm sure they sent an email to tell everybody, but you just don't have time, right? You just are going to miss this. You're going to miss some of the stuff that's available to you. Hey, Lyle, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. So that's why I do these kind of shows, because it's nice every once in a while to kind of dive in a little deeper, or try something you haven't tried before. Maybe you'll find out it's like the tool you've been waiting for that you didn't know you needed. Or maybe it'll just be something that's like, well, once in a while it's super handy to have. The point is, these are additional pieces of functionality that you get for free, or if you're using the paid version, obviously they're in there too. So the very first one, let me I'm going to need a demo for this one. The very first one is the fact that there is now a desktop app for Canva. Can't tell you how many people I have told this to in the past couple of weeks. They're like, really? So yes, if you're using Canva, the odds are really high that you're using it in the browser. You also may or may not be using the app. But most people have no clue that there is a desktop app. Not only is there a desktop app, but unlike certain companies who will go nameless at the moment, they've actually put out desktop apps for Windows and for the Mac. So let me just prove that to you because, again, people will be like, well, I don't really believe that. And I'm going to show you that it's true. So let me actually, I can leave that down there. So as you can see, here's the one for Windows and here's the one for Mac. And I will put the links into the description on the platform so that you can go and grab it. I just didn't have time today. It's one of those days. So yes, so no matter what platform you're on, you're covered. As is, you can use it you can still use it from the browser, not a problem, and you can still use a desktop app. So you have lots of options, and all of these options are available for free. So if you have a free account, you can use Canva however it works best for you in that moment. Pretty nice feature, right? So some people are like, okay, but why do I care, right? Why do I care about a desktop app? And you may not, right? You may be perfectly happy with doing it in the browser. There's nothing wrong with that. The important thing to cover right off the bat is the fact that Canva for Desktop includes all the same features, every single one that you see in the browser version. So we're talking like the templates and the editing tools, the animation tools, the simple publish tools. Also, all the libraries are there, right? The images, the drawings, the icons, the music, something else that I'll talk about in a minute. The reason that I got really excited about this when it came out is because, and I'm sorry, I have to change it back to this. Windows girl. Is because having a desktop app makes things run a little faster, a little smoother, right? It's much easier to switch between designs. So like if you've got a couple of things, maybe you're trying a couple of things out, or maybe you're gonna, bounce some ideas around with some other people. That's the one thing that I get frustrated about with Canva. Very often I'm doing art for somebody else. And so maybe I'm needing to give them a couple of different options, but I'm trying to carry certain elements across in the same point. So just the point is, like, if you need to switch between multiple designs, it's so much easier to do that on a desktop app than it is on a browser. With the tabs and all that stuff, it's just, don't get me wrong, I have been using it in the browser for a very long time and never once thought, well, I'm not going to use this anymore if they don't give me a desktop app. Not at all. But it's a lovely feature to have, I will say. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you what we're talking about, right? So this is what you're probably used to seeing, right? This is your standard, this is what I was playing with I love this mouse. This is the standard app that you see. Oh, tell me that this is like died now. That's the one problem with the wireless mouse. Is it dead? Okay, that's all right. We'll work around it. No, Google, I didn't ask you for that. No, Hal, I can't do that for you. So the way that it's set up is, right, you've got your generic menu across the top, and on the side is all the menus for your stuff, and you can scroll through, right, and see all of your previous designs. You can come up in the corner here and start a new one, right? This is what everybody has been working with in the browser since Canva came out. Now don't blink. Don't blink because you're going to miss it. This is what it looks like on the desktop. Very familiar, right? Now, of course, you do have a little more room, right? Because you're not dealing with that heading stuff from your browser. You're not dealing with multiple tabs, which is very good. Hey, Jason. Hey, I should have guessed. Jason loves Canva too. I do too. Like, this is something, that I was introduced to from a mutual friend a long time ago. I've loved it from the very first time I went in to play with it. It's only gotten better. And I did finally end up, paying for it, but the free version is completely functional and got all kinds of lovely things in it. So yes, I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one, because I get really excited about this stuff. And it's nice to know that there's other people out there using it too. Okay, so as you can see, right, it's very much the same. Can't really see. I guess I can turn off the captioning for a second here. Or maybe not. Okay, evidently the captioning doesn't want to turn off. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Really? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue. You'll just have to believe me when I say that underneath the captioning is the created design, the gear, right, for your settings, and the help. And the little eye in the corner, that's just my icon because this is this is my account for Tech Coach. So it's all very much the same. I'm just going to prove this to you again because like every time after it's like, so really the only difference is you don't have all this stuff at the top, right? But otherwise it is the same. Although I guess, is this the search? I'm realizing that. So the search is not here. Oh, because the search is here. They moved the search down here. Okay, boy, that was a big difference. So really, if you're comfortable using the web version of this tool, you're going to be completely comfortable here because they have not rearranged everything like certain other companies do that I won't get into because this is not a UI rant show. Although that's coming up a lot lately. Okay, so this has got everything that you would want to do. So this gives you the benefit of a little more space to work with, right? The ability to switch between different designs much easier. And you're not as distracted, right, by the tabs and notifications popping up and all that kind of stuff. And coming down the road, because this is all brand new, they're promising to roll out additional features that will be desktop app only that tap in more to the power that you get on your desktop or laptop or whatever it is. Yes, John, I don't know what exactly you mean by that. What could you possibly mean by that? I'm shocked. Not. Yes, thank you for saying what I was trying not to. To be honest, they're not the only ones. Okay, so that is the first thing I want to let everybody know, is that it's there, it's free, it loads fine, it's on Mac, it's on Windows, and you're good to go for free. So Jason, you could actually, if you wanted to, load this on your laptop or your desktop and use it that way. And continue to enjoy all of the wonderful goodies that come for free with Canva. All right. So, let's just take a quick break here. If you want to know what is coming down the road on this show, and what we're going to be up to next, you can sign up for the mailing list. It's yourtechcoach.net/mailing list. No spaces. And you don't have to worry if you don't want it at any point. You can unsubscribe yourself. It's super easy. I am not using it to advertise third parties. It's just a way for us to communicate. So, yourtechcoach.net/mailing list. Just in case you're curious or interested or want to stay on top of things, because there is stuff coming. Let's see. Jason said, oh, cool, more features coming on desktop. Use mobile a lot. Didn't know they had desktop feature. Right, well, that's why I'm doing this show, because I've had this conversation a lot over the summer. Different people needing to do different things, everybody trying to do things online that maybe they weren't doing before. And I keep sending people here because not everybody can hire a graphic designer like our friends. Having worked as a graphic designer, I will say there's nothing wrong with hiring a graphic designer. It's a wonderful thing if you can do it, but you can't always, right? Or even if you do have a graphic designer, sometimes you need something fast and, they're busy, right? They've got other clients. So it's always good to have a tool like this available. And the fact that this comes with so many options, which we're going to get into in a second, it just makes it, frankly, it boggles the mind a little bit what they're providing for free. Which is why I was like, oh, heck, I'm going to pay for it because I use it almost every day. And like I said, I have graphic tools, right? Graphic tools that I love, we've talked about. But when I just need to get in, do something, and get out, boy, this is a lifesaver. I love it. So that's why, yes, we're having this conversation because some people, frankly, are not comfortable working in the browser tools for various reasons. There's a little bit of lag if you don't have a great internet connection, blah, blah, blah. It takes up, more space. There's more distractions. So having a desktop option is really gold for some people. Some people won't need it. Some people will do it all from their phone. I've tried to do that. I find I need at least the browser version for some of the stuff I'm doing. So, it's nice to have options is the point. I'm a big fan of options. Okay, so number 2. Second thing you probably don't know about Canva. Now, this is actually a bonus round because there's actually 2 things in this segment number 2. Because one of the ones I'm going to show you is only for paid people. I'm sorry, but really, it could be worth it. It actually could save you money, but we'll get into that in a second. But to balance it out, because I did want to give you 3 things, for everybody, so there is a free one too. So I got you covered. All right, so the first one is that they've added a content calendar to Canva, right? So you can create and publish social media directly from Canva to 7 different platforms. That number is expected to go up, but right now you have 7 to work with. So let's see, what are we talking about? The content planner is over here on the side. Whoops, I'm sorry. Let me bring this up for you. It would help if I was showing you the thing I'm trying to show you. What a concept. Okay, so the content planner is available over here. Remember I said like all of your navigation stuff, the stuff to your content and all that is over on this side. So you go to content planner and it comes up. Really? Seriously, why did the mouse die? What did I do to make the mouse die? I guess I need more batteries. Okay, that's what I get for playing with it. So as you can see, it's a calendar, right? And it shows you that, I did a little test one here, but you can go ahead and you can schedule out, in advance. You just pick a day and go. So like, I could schedule a post for now, but let's schedule a post for Saturday, right? So you can come here and you've got 2 options. Can you see that on there? Yes, okay. So you can create a new design from scratch, right? Or go in and pick a template, that type of thing. Or you can choose an existing design. So let's say for this one, we're going to choose an existing design. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to promote this show again on Saturday, right? So it's saying, okay, so Saturday, it's got a time here. I can choose a destination. Now, so far, I only have Facebook set up because I wanted to have something to show you. So I could just come in here and pick Facebook and be ready to rock. Or, and there's multiple ways to do this. This is just one. You can actually come in and connect it to one of these other accounts. They will show up there. Yes, they do. Okay, so Facebook, Twitter, Facebook group, Facebook page, Facebook group, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn page, Slack, and Tumblr. I will say Slack kind of confused me a little bit, but there are people with public Slack, so I did finally figure that out. So let's just say that we want to try it. So we're going to come in and we're like, okay, well, I have the Facebook one, so let me do this. So you click on it, it says, okay, connect. I have to remember what the heck my account is here. And I have to be able to spell. And I think it's this. We'll see. And then you just click this, and hopefully I got all that right. No, I didn't get it right. Let's try one more time. That's not going to be it. Okay, that's just me not knowing my password. Here, let's try a different one. It's saying, hey, we can't do that now. Try one more. Yeah, let's try that one. Let's roll the dice. What do we have to lose but my mind? And that's pretty much shot anyway. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this with Google, but that means I have to switch off because I can't show you somebody else's stuff. So just give me 1 second so I can come in and make the right selection. So what it does, if you still do this the Google one, it's the usual Google one where you have to pick your account. Okay, come back, and it's spinning, and it's spinning. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's the process. You just basically have to go and you have to log in. It's going to do a handshake and it's going to connect. We don't actually have to wait for this because life is short. So, again, we're going to come in Saturday, and just for the purposes of this, we're going to pick a design. We're going to pick this shows. We're going to go ahead and do it to Facebook because I have that set up. You can put your description in here. 3 things. Oops. 3 things you didn't know you can do in Canva. And I'll come back and I'll actually fix this later. And then I'm going to choose to schedule the post. Yeah, the Wheel of Death. Like I said, there's thunderstorms overhead at the moment, so if I have internet connection, I'm going to be impressed. So there we go. We've got one here ready to go. So I talked about that this might actually save you money. So let me talk about how that might happen. What's she talking about? She's a crazy person. Why would I go ahead and pay for Pro? If you are paying for another content scheduling tool, something like Hootsuite or Later or any of the other ones we've talked about, then it might be worth it to you to pay the little bit extra a month for Canva if that means that you can consolidate and do everything in one place. That is going to be more important to some people than others, and that's totally fine. I'm just saying that if you're in that situation where you're already paying for one and this now is going to meet all of your needs, and you will have to think about that, like you'll have to compare the features. But if that is the case, then let's just say you're paying, $12 a month for Hootsuite. I don't know if that's the right number, but it's somewhere around there. And I think this is about $10 or so. Actually, do I have that? I might have that saved up here. Let me look. Yes, I have the pricing here. So yeah, so it's $10 a month if you go pro, if you pay it, in advance. $13 if you don't. So if you're paying, more or that amount for another service, and now you can get everything from here and get the extra benefits that you get with Canva, it might be worth it. Not everybody, but for some people it will be. Let's see. Jason said, I've seen people post on Facebook from Canva. I thought to myself, that's an intuitive use. It's a natural, right? That's just, it is a natural fit, and it does kind of, work across. And this does make it easy because, like I said, I pretty much do everything in this. So I'm going to try this for a while, like for the next couple of months at least. I'm going to try doing everything inside Canva and see how that works for my workflow. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to love it, but we'll see. I'm going to give it a try. Let's see. Scheduling posts is a pricey option with Hootsuite or Buffer. Yes. So just so you know, okay, full disclosure here, right? So you can actually do it for free in Hootsuite, but I think you're limited to two free platforms you can send it to. And they really hide the free option now. You have to really look for it. But if you're looking for it, let me know. I can hook you up. I don't remember if Buffer does or doesn't at the moment. But yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, this could be a really great piece of functionality for some people because, hey, it's doing everything in one set, and who doesn't love that? So there is that. And like I said, it does go up to 7 platforms, which are in the list. So it's now, it's 7 platforms, but 3 of them were Facebook. So depending on how you view that, is that one platform or 3? But the point is that this is new, and they're already talking about they're going to add stuff. So if you start using this, I would expect it to grow. To be honest, I was kind of surprised that they got LinkedIn so quick. Usually that's sort of the lagger on most people's lists. But okay, so now we're going to talk about a free one. Because like I said, that you do need to have at least Pro in order to use the content planner. Sorry, it's just how it is. I mean, they kind of make money, right? They got developers to pay it. They have to do something for money. But something else that you can do for free is collaboration. And again, this is something that most people don't realize is part of the free package. Now, again, I understand not everybody has a team, okay, but some people do, right? Or some people hire, somebody at peak season maybe to help them out. So you can actually come in here and you can create a team, you can invite people, and then that way you can share content and you can share the templates that you're using and all that kind of stuff. So it's team sharing. You can do share as just view or edit access to people outside of your team through a design link, right? So they don't have to be a full-time team member. You could just have somebody check a link if that's what you need to do. Or you can actually set up a team of people who can work on it. And again, they can either get view or edit access. And the other benefit for this, and if you've ever done work with anybody else, you'll know what a time saver this is. It has built-in commenting. Okay, so you don't actually have to have the Zoom meeting to sit there and stare at the screen while they evaluate whatever it is that you're suggesting, doing, this. You can send them the link or invite them to the team, let them look at it. They can put their comment in. When you get a few minutes, you can go read the comment. It's awesome. I'm just saying, it's awesome. Okay? So there you go. Collaboration is free, and the built-in commenting is something that makes me want to sing on the roof. All right. It is so awesome. Anything that means I don't have to sit on another Zoom call, 2 thumbs up. Absolutely, 100%. I love it. Okay, one sec. Okay. Yeah, no, it's great. If you're kicking ideas around with somebody, or if you're working on a group project, so I know a lot of small businesses have kind of come together because of everything that's going on, and they're doing collaborative projects, right? So maybe they've got parallel lines of business, or they're in the same business and they're doing online sales or something like that. So when you're doing that kind of stuff, people are going to want to sign off on whatever promotional materials you make that have their logo on it. This is a lifesaver, right? You don't have to find that time when everybody can be there. Just do it, send it out, say, throw your comments in, I'll make the adjustments. Everybody's happy. Commenting sounds, yes, as somebody who's done these kind of projects, commenting is massive. And it's missing from a lot of even like higher end tools. Dude, stop. He's all upset because of the thunder. So the commenting can be a massive time saver because who wants to sit on another Zoom call? Not that there's anything wrong with Zoom. It's serving a purpose and doing what it can for us, but I just don't need another online meeting. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you have questions, if you have ideas for a future show, if you need help with something, you can reach out to me at yourtechcoach.net. There's a contact form there. Let me know what your idea is, what your problem is, what your question is. I am more than happy to help you out. All I ask is that when you fill out that form, let me know if you need a fast answer, and if so, let me know how to get back in touch with you. Give me an email address or something. Otherwise, I'll just assume that you're throwing ideas out there for the show, and frankly, that's where all the good content comes from. So there's a little insider tip. Along those lines, I would be very interested in hearing from you, however you want to contact me. I'm on Twitter, you can go to the website, whatever works for you. If you're in my Discord, you can go there. Are you interested in deeper dives on Canva? Don't have to answer now, although it's fine if you do. You can leave a comment, whatever works for you. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment, because as I'm starting to do this kind of stuff and as I'm doing it with other people, I'm spending a lot of time teaching Canva. So if you want the benefit of that, I am happy to share it with you. So just something to think about. Alrighty, let's make that go away. So we did that. So now let's get to number 3. Number 3, I'm really excited about. Okay, so the third thing that you probably don't know that you can do in Canva is edit video. Actually, just even using video was kind of a shock to me, but you could actually do editing video. Now understand, this is not a replacement for Camtasia, okay? Nobody's gonna build a replacement for well, I shouldn't say that. I would be surprised if anybody built a replacement for Camtasia or similar tools, Adobe Premiere or whatever, for free, okay? But, and by the way, this is free, okay? Using videos and video editing is free in Canva, but there are some basic editing tools. And frankly, when I explain to you, like when I put them in context, you might be going, oh my God, this is great, because that's what I did. So let me go in, we're going to create a design. Here, we'll just start with video. So first of all, one of the things that you get, so on the side here, for just to orient people who are new, you can upload your own content. They give you free photos, or you can buy photos if you're on the free plan. If you're on Pro, you get I think you get all these photos for free now. There are elements that you can add on. We're not going to go into all of them, but there are shapes, there are sizes, there are stickers, you name it. There's all kinds of lines, there's all kinds of cool stuff. There's different text that you can add. There's music. Okay, there's another little bonus thing. That's kind of new. You can add music to your content that you're creating. Again, free and paid, but still. And royalty free. I did check. For my friends out there, they know that I would check that. But here we go. There's actually free video clips that you can use. So just as an example, just so I can show you what it does. This one, okay? So we'll let this run just so you can see what it is. So it's a drone shot of a nice bridge. Okay, so you could use this in whatever content you were creating here. But maybe you're like, okay, well, I don't need it to be this long, so you can click on it and come up here and you can trim it down. Sorry, this was so much easier before when I tested with the mouse. Okay, and you can pick which segment you want by just sliding it back and forth. Yeah, okay, you can still see that. So, not massive, right, video editing, but this is the kind of little tweaking stuff that can be awesome. Think about it in the context of if you created a video on your phone, right, and you uploaded it, so you could do that, right? You create a video and then come up here and do an upload. But, maybe you were sneezing at the beginning of it or coughing or maybe in the middle, so you could pick a segment of it and just use that part of the video without having to go to another tool or anything else. You can do it right in here. This is what I mean by, like, you're not going to want to embed it, you're not going to want to edit your epic movie that you're looking to sell to Netflix, okay? But if you're looking to just adjust something that you want to use in some content, this is big, because this, you don't have to go to another app and load it into the app and edit it in the app and then, you know, export it or save it out and then bring it into here to use it, and wait, that wasn't the one I wanted, then you gotta go back. You can do everything right here. Huge time saver. See, Jason, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. I do this for you, right? I spend the time playing with the toys and then give you the good stuff. So how did you not know there's so much free stuff in Canva? Because they've been adding it, but you are inundated with emails and announcements on the news and all that. So, I mean, some of this stuff I'd heard, and that's kind of what triggered the idea for me, because I had a friend who's recently started doing social media management for a group that she's in. And so she's needing to get up to speed fast, and she thought she was gonna have to learn all these tools. I'm like, oh no, sweetheart, let me introduce you to Canva. And then we're in there, and she's like, well, I kind of need to add music to it. And that was the first time I noticed the music. I'm like, wow, well, look, there's music here. I mean, you can upload, like, you know, Epidemic Sound or whatever too, but so the video thing I had heard, and like that's been bouncing around the back of my head for a couple of weeks, because I'm like, I've been wanting to go in and play with it, and I didn't have time. But hey, if I'm doing it for you, then I have to make time, so that works out. So it's, yeah, it's pretty amazing. That's what I mean. You weren't here at the beginning maybe, but we tend to, you know, fall in love with a tool and use like 3 to 5 pieces of functionality and kind of put blinders on and don't really necessarily see the other things. But they've been adding to it, and they keep adding to it, so I'll keep an eye on this stuff for you. That's funny, Ace, because I had the same thought. I was like, hey, that kind of looks like the opening to like the streets of San Francisco, right, from the 80s or even the 70s, right? You can see Starsky and Hutch going across the bridge. I had exactly the same thought. It's a little scary. I'm sorry that you're sharing parts of my brain. So yeah, so that is the first thing that you can do, is you can, you know, change this, you can adjust it. You know, like Jason, I know, does some really cool video stuff. Well, let's say, you know, he created a video on his phone or something, and then, you know, he's getting ready to build some, you know, great art in here or content, and he steps out ready. It's like, oh wait, you know, that part there I don't really want in there, or oh, it's too long, I didn't think about it, I want it to be shorter. This is that kind of quick editing that can really save the day. So let's talk about more things. So we'll call this one done. All right, so I took a 15+ second video and I made it 9 seconds, and you can see it's live, right? And now I am doing this from the desktop, but it also works from the browser. I tested it, so you're all good there. So then the other things that you can do, again, simple, but could be really handy, especially this one, right, is flip. So let's just say that, you know, you wanted it to go, you want the car to go in the other direction because you're trying to draw the eye to something that you've got there. You can change that. Now, do understand, when we're saying that it'll flip, it is not the kind of flip that will fix like backwards text. Okay, that's a little bit beyond this. Maybe someday they'll figure something out that'll do that. But so this is just a simple flip like you would do with a photo or something. This is the one that I know is going to help people, because how many times have you recorded your video like this and went, oh, it's not like a photo, right? A photo you could just turn around. That's not so easy with videos. But if you happen to record your video upside down and brought it in here, you're like, ugh, boom. That for me alone, like, they should be charging money for, because I know services that charge money just to do that. So I'm pretty impressed by that. Okay, so let's see. Did I cover everything? Yes, I think I did. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? We did that. And we have the flip. Oh, we did. Where's the other one? Wait a minute. Did I lose something in the process here? Did I not save? Is that the problem? That's okay. You know what? We'll just delete it and move forward. So let me show you one other cool thing that it does. And this one, frankly, has been kind of popping ideas off in my head like for a couple of days now. So we did the trimming, right? We did the flip, crop. Now, I crop images all the time, right? So you crop an image to kind of, you know, focus in, like remove distraction and focus in on elements, or make it more visually interesting or whatever. So you can do that with a video. I've never done that in a reasonably priced video. Can I move this? Okay, so let's say for whatever reason I wanted to bring it down to that. Boom. So it's cut out all that stuff to the one side, and it's just giving me this view of the bridge, which changes the feel of the whole thing, right? So again, you're not gonna redo, you know, some epic movie, but for adding that little touch of video to your content, this is a massive time saver. So I'm a big, big fan of it. Just so you know, you can start from scratch, right? And you can set your template to be many different things. For example, video 1080p as a default. You can do a Facebook video, you can do a video slideshow, you can do video collage, you can do YouTube videos, Instagram stories, and YouTube intros. And again, they have mentioned that they're working on expanding those options. So it's all good. Okay, so Ace, so I'm not the only one who thought this was cool, right? I got really excited about this. And understand, so like you've got this, right? And now you could bring in music, and you could add text to it, you could add frames to it. Like you could, all of these things over here, you can add on to this. So here, like, let's just, I mean, we won't be able to hear it, but, okay, so I can drag the music on there, and then you can actually, you know, see the music up here as it's going. I don't know if you can edit this, can you? I didn't actually try this. I don't think so. I think the music is just the music. Let's see, let's pick an element. I can add this person with their funky umbrella, right? So you can layer on all kinds of stuff with this. You can also animate this. Now I think animation, to be fair, might be a pro feature. I'd have to check. But so for example, you can say, you know, I want this to tumble in. Okay, and so the video tumbled in. Did you see? I don't know if you saw it. Okay, so there's all these little nice things that you can do, and the majority of them are free. A couple of these pieces might, so some of these other things I'm doing might be a little bit extra. The drag and drop for me is what makes it phenomenal, right? Because you don't have to know 1,000 different things, right? You're using the same patterns. You're using the same patterns as you use this tool all the way through. Everything is drag and drop. Every time you do something, right, you have certain functionality that you can edit up here. I wonder what the color would do. I haven't changed the color on this. Oh, that's the background. I grabbed the wrong thing. Although, here, let's change the background. There we go. Let's see if I grab her. Okay, so I can crop this. I can flip it. Here, we'll flip her. I'm into flipping things today. Okay, I can resize, which would be easier if I had the mouse. So if I want to make her really big or really small, all these things are possible, and all of this is just built in, right? This is just what it does. You know, like we could add frames. I wonder, well, see, I haven't played with all things. I wonder if I added the frame to the video. I bet that works. But anyway, so that's what I mean by, like, if you want deeper dives on this stuff, I'm happy to do it. I can't really do it in a 40-minute video, but I could definitely break it into little pieces for you if you'd like. Let's see. Does Canva have a background remover or lower thirds? So you can do lower thirds, absolutely. I have done lower thirds in this because you can do the transparency thing. I don't know if it has a background remover. We'd have to do a little research to see. Let me do a quick search and see if I get an answer. If they don't, I would be very surprised if it wasn't on their list. No, it doesn't look like... Wait, I take that back. How to use a background remover on your images. Let's see if they're talking about something built in or they're sending us to a third party. It looks like, just in a quick search here, it looks like they do have some level of background cleanup. To remove your background, blah, 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 choose your image, choose effects, select background remover. Boom, there you go. Thank you, Jason. You've now given somebody a fifth thing, because technically I said 3, I gave you 4, now Jason has given us number 5. Thanks, Jason. Jason is cool. Let's see. Ace is saying he likes the drag and drop. I'm a massive fan of the drag and drop. It's such an intuitive thing, and it's part of the reason. So, like on my Surface Pro, which is a touchscreen, that's pretty much all I do. You know, on the phone, obviously you can do it, but you know, even with a mouse or you know the stylus or however you handle things online, it's a really great stress-free and also friction-free way for people to use a tool like this. It was a brilliant solution, but the fact that they've figured out how to make it work consistently is what really, as a software designer, I'm very impressed by. Your mileage may vary, but I'm impressed. That definitely would be great. I'm guessing you mean the background remover. Yes. That's, you know, again, every time I go for something in there and I'm like, hey, what do you know? It does that too. Very cool. All right, so let me take that away. Let's bring that back for a moment. Let me go back to my notes to make sure that I have told you all the things. I think I've told you all the things. Let's just be sure. Yes, so then the only other thing that I did want to mention, so again, all the things that we've talked about are available however you interact with Canva. At some point, there will be things you can only do on desktop, but we're not there yet. So if you're interested in looking at this, there's, you know, free, and free is forever. Okay, Jason will back me up on this, right? They don't constantly throw ads at your face. They're not constantly hawking at you to, hey, you should really upgrade. Like, they're like, hey, you want to use this for free? Go use it for free. We're fine with that. It is $10 a month if you pay in advance. It's $13 if you want to do it monthly. So you could pay for it for a month and then go back to free. Like, if you needed to do videos for, not videos, if you wanted to do the content calendar, right? So let's say you're getting ready, you know, to go into the holiday season, right? And so you want to be able to schedule all your stuff out. You could go in, you pay for it for a month or two, and then after that, you can cancel it and go back to your free account, and you won't lose anything in that process other than the ability to go back into the content editor. They're really good that way. What did you say? Oh, me making more videos with Canva. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant the background remover thing. Gotcha. Okay, we got you there. Okay, so what else? Oh, right, and then, I mean, if you are a bigger company, you know, for $30 a month, you can get more people on it. But they've got it all laid out here. They've got it all explained. So, you know, I will say, I'm sorry, but I'm really sure that somebody with an Apple computer laid this out because it's so faint on PCs. It's just after you've worked in the business for a while, there's certain indicators that are like, yeah, that was somebody on an Apple machine who didn't test it anywhere else. This is one of them. But you can see it if you turn up the contrast a little bit. That helps. What else did I want to tell you? I told you about the different templates for the video. You can add music. You can add other design elements on it. You can do animations. You can do sticker motion. And then you download it, and it's yours to share wherever you want. So, hey, that's pretty much all you can ask out of life. Okay, so I'll give you a second in case you have any more questions, but otherwise that's what I have for you. So what was supposed to be 3 things turned into 4 things, turned into 5 things. Maybe 5.5 if you count the music. But I will say that they are really making an effort to give everybody a lot of value for free. And then if you're willing, you know, and able to pay, you get a little bit more, which is always a nice little, it's a nice thank you for helping them pay their developers and their QA team and, you know, have the heat turned on and their server fees are paid, all that kind of stuff. But don't feel any pressure. They're not going to hassle you about it. You can just go ahead and keep using it, and they're fine with it. Go ahead, use it. Their support is very good if you ever need to reach out to them. I haven't had to, but I've heard from other people that they've had really good success with that. So if we're good, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to wrap this up. Say thank you. Remind you, okay, please subscribe and follow and tell your friends. The more people we have at this party, the better. And if you have any questions, comments, topics you want me to cover, do not hesitate to reach out. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do, is I answer these kind of questions, because there's no way, nobody's bored knowing this stuff, and there's no way everybody can stay on top of it who has a regular job. This is sort of my job, so I'm just constantly playing with the new toys. It's what I do, and then I share what I find with you guys. All right? Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to have people here to talk to. Those of you who are watching on the replay, hey, you're part of the party too. Go ahead, if you have questions or anything, go ahead, throw it in the comments. I do come back and check and stay on top of it. And Murphy's happy because the thunder stopped. So, hey, we're going to call that a win. Maybe he'll eat dinner now. All right, everybody, we're going to go feed the doggy. Thank you so much. We will see you again next week. I'm here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Till then, have some fun. We're all overdue. Bye.